Okay, moving on, Will, we're not just in Augusta, and we're not just in Aiken, North Augusta. We go all the way to Columbia. And so our next guest is Carey Rich. Carey Rich is, former captain, point guard of the USC Gamecocks back in our day, or even a little bit before your day and kind of mine. He's a radio personality in Columbia with 560 the team, and he basically is the basketball guy in South Carolina, in my opinion. And Carey was out watching one of our favorite guys tonight, Spring Valley's PJ Dozier. Carey, are you with us?
I am with you guys. How are you?
Oh, we're doing great. Thanks for joining us. Now, you've spoken to Will on Twitter lately. We'll get to that in a second. But now you guys kind of, at least the beginnings of, you get to square off a little bit verbally here tonight. But we'll get to that in a second. But you want to say hi to Carey real fast?
What's up, Carey? How you doing, man?
I'm having a terribly difficult time hearing you, but I will just give you a quick update from the Spring Valley Westwood game. It was a 51-38 final here in Columbia. Spring Valley winning at home, and of course we saw PJ Dozier tonight. Didn't have a whole lot of points offensively in terms of numbers and stats, but as usual he impacted the game in so many different ways because of his ability to make plays for others, make plays for himself. At 6'5", he does a terrific job of getting to a spot comfortably with the basketball, but he's a terrific passer. And they played a boxing one. Westwood played a boxing one on them all night long, and I don't know whether their coach recognized the type of defense that they implemented tonight, but certainly he was still really, really good. And I just like to see a more aggressive PJ Dozier every single possession because he's that type of player. He's that type of athlete that has that mentality, has that high IQ that you can trust as a coach to always make the right play. So he was didn't have a lot of numbers in terms of points, in terms of points that he scored. But if you look at his entire game stat sheet, he filled it up from left to right in terms of how he impacted the game, making plays for others.
Yeah. Now, Carey, let me ask you this. Now, first of all, can you hear me? Carey, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm barely hearing you. Sounds like an echo, and I apologize so much, but I'm barely hearing you.
Okay. Well, we'll give it one more try, and if you can't quite get us, then we'll let you go and come back to you later. But the question I have for you is, did anybody in Columbia, did anybody in South Carolina see this coming with this Spring Valley team? They're something like 6-1. Their only loss has come to a powerhouse from North Carolina. I don't think people saw this coming, right?
Well, you're 100% right, and as a consumer of South Carolina basketball, I would tell you that I didn't see it coming. Certainly you knew about PJ Dozier. He's going to always be captivating in terms of wanting to take a look at him and just casually observe to see what he's going to do night in and night out. But, man, they have another kid over here by the name of Dominic Taylor who's a football player, but, man, he's caught the eye. He's caught the attention of several connoisseurs of basketball, folks that enjoy watching basketball as we do. Matter of fact, went down to Orangeburg last week with an SEC assistant coach to watch PJ Dozier, and the one thing he said was, "Sir, the PJ Dozier was really, really good, but just watching this kid Dominic Taylor, who's a 6'4", tremendously athletic. He plays with a high motor every single possession, and he's done a really good job of impacting this basketball team." And we're watching PJ Dozier play, and after 5 or 6 possessions, this SEC assistant turns to me and he asks, "Who is this guy?" I'm watching PJ Dozier, but this guy right here really, really plays hard. So certainly I've talked about when it comes to South Carolina, Marcus Stroman and Eric Hopkins from Keenan being the absolute best backcourt in the state. But Dominic Taylor and PJ Dozier have really found a way to be relevant when it comes to arguably one of the best 1-2 punchers in the state of South Carolina. And, yeah, you're right. They surprised a lot of people, and they've gotten off to a tremendous start. And it's going to be very interesting to see what they do come conference time. Certainly they play the toughest region in the state. So I'm waiting to see whether they're for real or not. I know you have two really individually talented kids, but I don't know how good the basketball team is just yet. I'm still kind of in wait-and-see mode when it comes to the Spring Valley basketball team.
Yeah, now, Carey, if you can still hear me, the next thing we're going to do is our video guys are going to run some highlights of some other guards in the state of South Carolina, both Marcus Stroman and Aaron Scott, two guys that you saw this past weekend broadcasting from the Palmetto Challenge at ABRLive.tv. And so we get to see Stroman this weekend. We get to see Stroman and Hopkins this weekend against Oak Hill. And we saw Aaron Scott tonight. If you can go ahead and throw the Aaron Scott stuff up there. These guards are all part of your repertoire, Carey, when we finally have our big debate between you representing South Carolina and Will Avery here representing Georgia. You see Scott on the screen, Will. You saw Dozier a little while ago. You've seen him in person. You've seen Stroman in person. Are you still confident here?
I love my guards, man. He's got okay guards over there in the Palmetto State, but nothing like the ones we have over here in the Peach State.
Oh, man.
He knows that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Carey. I'm playing both sides of the fence on this thing. I'm going to be in the middle. I'm going to moderate. I'm going to break all ties. So I promise you that the two Georgia boys will not gang up on you in this one.
Well, I appreciate that, and I can tell that you're straddling the fence, Chad, when it comes to not picking a side. But I will tell you that I saw the backcourt out of Aquinas. Ahmed, I think it's Ahmed Hill, and I can't remember the other kid's name, but he's a little point guard. I saw him this summer playing with Michael Stokes down there, and I like the backcourt. But Will Avery, you know for a fact that when it comes to a 6'5" kid that's good enough to not only play the point, not good enough to just dribble the ball up the floor and initiate offense, but a guy that's good enough to make plays and understand all of the other intricacies that come along with playing a point guard, and P.J. Dozier, that's very, very, very hard to compare against. And also Marcus Stroman. I like my guards here. I like my guards here in South Carolina. Marcus Stroman, who's a South Carolina commit. Matt Howard, 6'5", athletic wing, who will be playing at Penn next year. Of course, we got Aaron Scott, who's also a 6'3" athletic wing, can shoot the three, can finish in transition, loves playing in space. And more importantly, he has that swag that separates him. And let's go to the upstate. Trey Smith, who will be playing at Charleston Southern last year, is a 6'2", 6'3", a multi-dimensional player. I like my guards here in South Carolina with P.J. Dozier tipping the scale simply because at 6'5", having the ability to play the point, man, that's hard to prepare for. And you know that Will Avery has no point yourself.
Okay, I'm going to throw this name at you. Same type build as Dozier, both about 6'5". I watched him the last Saturday and also tonight. Will Jackson, Athens Christian.
Yep.
You seen this kid yet, Carey?
I haven't seen him yet. I need to get down there and see some of those guys.
This kid is real. Passed it, had about 5 or 6 blocks both times I saw him. Can score, great jump shot, deep range, athletic. He does it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm stepping in the middle here and try to cool both sides down. Now, Carey, we're going to be with you this weekend, so hopefully we can set something up where we go head-to-head. We get the video ready of your guys, get the video ready of Will's guys, and we'll have a ball with it. Does that sound good to you, buddy?
Well, that sounds like a winner. Then after that, I'm going to make my way down to the Peach State, and I'm going to take a look at these guys up close and personal with you guys, so that way, whenever we're throwing names out and we're talking about player A, player B, player C, then I'll be able to better give an assessment of what type of players you guys are talking about, because I think you guys are feeding me a bunch of stuff right now, Will Avery.
Hey, Carey, we'd love to have you down here, man, and we're going to invade your state this weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait.
Hey, Carey, man, take care. We will talk to you very, very soon, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Hey, Sammy, I can't wait to see you guys, okay?
Okay, take care, man.
Take care, man.
Okay, now, do we, I'll ask our